Hello, everybody. We are the Dicestormers. Today we are having a little bit of a special.
Today we are.
Today we are playing a game called Dark Stars, and now this game is currently on its Kickstarter. It's in the last couple of days. It's got about a week to go. This is sponsored content, so we have been working in conjunction with the people running the Kickstarter, the creator, and this is a demo of the book that they've mocked up, and it looks really good. I mean, it's how many pages is it? It's very.
This is something we should have checked beforehand.
But 300 pages, and there's a lot of artwork. We've got some of the artwork displayed there.
Ooh, nice one.
There.
Fancy.
And
using the 3D space.
Yes, that's right.
Digital elements. I like it.
So we are going to be playing this today. It is the first time that we've played it. We have only just got our hands on a copy of the rules, and we've been reading them and sort of absorbing as much as we can. If we do get it wrong, we do apologise, but we will try our very best. So, shall we dive into it? Have you guys all got your pre-generated characters?
Certainly do.
We do.
So I believe all of these pre-gens are accessible on the website, as is a PDF form fillable version of these character sheets. And yeah, like we say, the game is it's largely written, but I think they're still in the process of editing it and putting in feedback. So again, if you wanted to download the playtest materials and give it a go and give the creators some feedback, I'm sure they'd be quite willing to hear about it. Is there anything else that I should mention about we'll put all of the links to the Kickstarter in the description of the videos.
I really think we have to note that we all wore black shirts.
We forgot to
Thanks
mention that. Yes.
Thanks to Nathan for lending me one, because I turned up in a green one.
So he got he's now the Phantom.
Is it because it's called Dark Stars?
Yeah.
Is it a dark theme?
Well, I'm a star.
Oh,
I don't know about you.
I don't know.
You're all stars.
Can I say, I love the dad jokes. They just go up every week. It's
We've also played a.
Oh yeah.
We've also played a version of this before.
Yes,
which is up on our website.
We played Body Count with Morgan, who's
Body
the
Count
creator,
and
who's the creator of it. So if
Yeah.
you're wanting to see a slimmed down version of this,
we can put a link to the Body Count video.
Yeah.
as well
Body
below.
Count. Whereas we didn't say Dark Stars in that kind of voice. I wonder whether
No, but body count.
it's a little harder to.
Yeah.
Dark Stars.
Body count.
It's not quite as evocative of.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I really love about this book is it's all color coded. I don't know if you can see that, but all of the sections have different
Zoom and enhance.
yeah. And so it's all kind of very well laid out, and yeah, very keen to sort of, I think, get these into people's hands and see how they like it. I believe it's on Drive-Thru RPG, so we'll provide a link to those Drive-Thru RPG links as
We're
well.
so good at links.
So many
We are
links.
So good at putting links on
so many
things.
links, and yeah, we definitely did that well with our last video.
And if we haven't got the link up, just send us a message. We'll put the link up for you.
That's right, and make sure it's in a passive-aggressive tone.
That's the best way.
Passive-aggressive voice. It's one of the lesser-known voices of the English
Me
language.
and John played Destiny and had a clan called the Passive Aggressives, which we were. It was back in the day.
That's
How
right.
does one play a violent video game passive-aggressive?
Passive-aggressively.
You just go, that was a wonderful kill. I'm sure it took a lot of skill to do that.
Nice.
You're so
lot
skilled.
of
Look at
dorsal.
you sitting there and tactically waiting for me.
All right.
Slam them.
You're amazing.
Nathan,
You're the best camper ever.
would you like to describe your character, or should we go in the other way? Let's go John first.
Johnny?
Johnny.
Oh, it's
Johnny?
confusing, isn't it?
All right. Too many Johns.
I'm playing
We should all be John, because we're all...
Annie Alexis. Annie is a female human. I'm not going to read the entire description.
Can I just say,
Oh,
you just
down
wipe
there.
it off at the end. He was like, Annie is a female human.
Yeah. She's a mother of 3, and she lives in the block, and she's a widow. Her husband was killed by the Triads, and she hangs out with someone called Hovo, who I think we're about to meet. So I won't spoil your character.
Please don't. I like to have my moment.
She is... she shows no flair or ostentation.
Yeah.
Everything she does is carried out in an efficient, no-nonsense manner.
Like Murray.
Yeah. Is this Murray?
It's a female version of Murray.
Yes, it is. No, it's not.
No flair or ostentation at all, Murray. Tell us about your character without any flair or ostentation.
No, I don't think I don't think I
Not
can.
possible.
I am Cashmere. Cashmere is
Expensive.
6'1". Yeah, I'm very expensive. I have shaggy brown shoulder-length hair, and I patrol with Hovo. Sorry, again, I've stolen your thunder.
I have nothing else to say about my character.
I carry a large Bowie knife on my thigh, and I'm a native of Mars from the Tharsis slums. However, I thought that I would move to the blocks to be a step up in the world, but unfortunately, the poverty and degradation I have found within the tower's rundown infrastructure is even worse than the slums I left. I've joined up with Hovo in a lifetime.
Are they the slums then?
And I'm covered in scars from a lifetime of gang knife fights.
If they're somewhere worse than the slums, does that just lower what the slum level is, or does that mean the slums are actually like?
Yeah, we'll get to the settings in a sec, but yeah, go Hovo.
Well, there's not really much more I can say about Hovo Andreas, other than because you guys have pretty much said everything.
His surname.
Andreas is a human, 42 years old male, and used to work security for a security company, but got laid off, and is now working as doing a protection racket with these other three, and he's pretty neat, dressed, well-kept man. Yeah.
Nice.
Just making sure.
I love the
Pretty
uplifting
orderly,
nature of
pretty
it.
orderly, and
Does he do like his taxes? Is
he does do his taxes.
is he just a like
Everything that's kept above board, he does his taxes on.
Oh, okay. And like if the lady crosses the road, he's like one that would help her through, but really not take what's grandstand it. You know what I mean?
If she paid him as part of
So
the protection
Nathan,
racket.
your character.
My character is Andrea Jenka. Basically, she's short, fierce, and fiery.
Adrena?
Right.
Adrena.
Adrena?
Did I still say Adrena?
You said Andrea,
'Cause I
which
was
is almost like my name.
Well, I got confused. It was so I just wanted to be a part of the team.
Andrena?
Anyway, I'm 5. I'm 4'10", so I'm really short. I got fiery red hair, and I've got really kind of like well-paid clothes and look amazing. And yeah, and then the second paragraph says it's a secret.
Right.
So all I know is
Wow.
that I have really good stuff that I probably shouldn't have.
Okay.
And none of us know why.
Well,
I hope
yeah.
that my second paragraph didn't say that's a secret, because that would have been spoilers. No secrets.
So Dark Stars is quite an expansive setting, and the body count.
Body count.
Body count setting was set on
I've
Mars
missed it,
in a
yeah.
place called the Block. So it's Block 47, and it's a huge constructed thing that rises out of the Martian desert.
Oh, that's
Excuse me.
right. It's like whole cities in one building.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so each
Very
level
well,
of the block is
okay.
like a whole city kind of
It's
thing.
like Judge Dredd when he went up the bit. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
So yes, very impressive kind of structure, and each level is basically better than the one above it, below it. So you start out at the slums, and it's really horrible down there. And like you said, your character has worked his way up and gotten to the level that you're currently on, which is level 247.
What's the peak? Like when we're reaching the penthouse, what level are we going to around that?
Well-
on an average block.
What level are you?
What kind of level does it go to? Is it like 500?
Yeah, you're not entirely sure. Mostly because I'm not entirely sure, but I would say probably about 500 is about as high as it goes. And yeah, so I guess you're about halfway up.
And it's still terrible.
Yes, life is
Right.
nasty, brutal, and short. And you're constantly kind of battling against gang members and people trying to muscle in on your territory. And you've gotten to this position basically because you've been very cutthroat and very brutal. One of the people that you live with here on level 247 is your father.
Whose father?
Is it Casimir?
My father? Crikey.
Yeah, you're the
Up
47
here
year
at
old.
level
I'm the 46-year-old.
200.
Yeah.
46-year-old. And
Right.
your father is sort of housebound, and he constantly has to breathe through an oxygen tank. There's very little oxygen in the whole block itself, and every now and again the oxygen cyclers will kick in and you'll get another burst of fresh air, but it's quite difficult. He was one of the people who helped construct the block.
Oh wow! Oh, so it's actually fairly new.
Well, it's been in construction for a long time, like
Like the
150
pyramids,
years.
generational.
Kind of like the pyramids. So there's definitely a lot of people who worked on it as they made it taller and taller, and he's called you to his bedside because he feels like he's slipping,
Right.
and he wants to pass on some information to you.
Okay. Am I alone, or are the other guys with me?
They can be with you if you like, or they can be in the other room.
We awkwardly go into the last moment with your father.
Yeah, that could be interesting. All right. I'll kneel down and take his hand and get close to put my ear close to his mouth.
He pulls down the oxygen mask and says, my boy, give
My
me your
boy.
hand.
Hang on, are you a boy?
Yeah.
Casimir.
47.
47 years old. He's
Oh, you
not-
are a male. I thought you were a female for some reason. Just assume you are.
I give him my hand.
I wanted to talk to you before I pass on, because I believe there is something on this level that might help you get up higher in this horrible place. When we built this, we built a service tube in the middle of the block. I can't tell you exactly where it is, but I know that it butts up against the food court wall.
I'm 47, Dad. You wait till now.
I had to call it.
I'm like, doing the whole like man bro handshake. Dad, you could have.
There was nothing I could do because it's protected by an electromagnetic seal. But I've pulled in a few favors because this might be my last time on this planet. And at 2 a.m. this morning, there's going to be a power outage on the whole level for 4 minutes, which will knock out this barrier between you and the tube.
In the back of the food court.
The back of the food court, that's right.
Like
Now,
you had
what's
a
your
drive
ugly
the-
friend saying?
Oh, I just you said it was 2 a.m. today. You mean tomorrow?
Tonight, yes.
Okay, cool.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure because it seemed.
I'm glad I used
sorry.
some of
Hell,
my...
Andrina! My dad's dying here!
I'm glad I used some of my breath to clarify that.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss it.
Shut up!
And they're like, I'm like, oh my god! The last thing my dad said was about the time.
Hurry up, go.
So what have you been up to?
Oh, watching TV.
So do you want to hear about my day? You're like,
Anyway, sorry.
So, you need
I'd
to...
hate to get in the way and interrupt.
I don't know how you're going to try and find the entrance to this place.
According to Techopedia,
Hello?
it is a function of
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Too
according
good for
to,
him.
Did I mention I'm dying?
I'm sorry.
well,
Sorry, I just want to be cast it. Go.
according to Techopedia, the back of the food court wall, it's right there. So I think we should be fine.
Right. So,
I'm sorry. Can you say it again? Just a little louder. Go.
so
These last
This-
moments are so precious between you and me, Dad.
this is more than we've talked in the last 6 months. So, is there any more, all I want is for you to get out of this place, my son.
I'm
And
sorry.
I can't go with you.
I'm sorry you couldn't come with me, Dad, but given where we started and where we are now, I don't know how high we have to go for it to get any better.
What level did you start?
We're from
I wonder.
You're asking these questions. Why are you here?
I thought we were in the other room. Did you just
Oh, we
wander
are in
in?
the other room.
wandered in and like, ooh, this looks interesting. Yeah.
So what are you guys talking about?
We're-
I get
Oh, you
bored.
died.
Okay.
I think we're literally passing time. And is there any tech we need, Dad?
I don't know. You might want to speak to your other people about something that can maybe, find what's on the other side of the wall. But all I can do is I've got the power shut off for 4 minutes at
2 a.m.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
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 Why are you still here?
Nobody's asked me to leave. Like,
That's actually a good point.
I feel like I'm a valuable part of this
with
conversation.
all my gang war, knife scars, because
Yeah.
I'm too polite.
That's right.
I'm a facilitator. Okay. I'm 23.
So yeah, anything else you want to ask him?
No.
Any,
I'm just gonna.
Do you have any further additional information for us?
Additional information.
I'm just gonna. What's his name? What's my dad's name?
yeah. Andreas.
Andreas.
Why is everyone
Whoa.
called Andreas? Oh my gosh.
Are you Andreas as well? Is that why?
His surname's Andreas.
Hovo Andreas, and
Andreas.
then you thought your name was Andreas.
No, I was just wanting to be a part of the.
Andrina.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Seriously?
Maybe
I'm
everyone's
just gonna
clone.
hold him close.
Oh, son. You could do with a shower.
This is that ridiculously awkward moment. It's like,
awkward out, Andrina here. Oh, Dad, I wish we had more time together.
Without anyone else.
Alone. Alone time, Dad.
oh. And I look out and I go, look behind me, there's no one there. Okay.
The only time we're splitting the party is actually really helpful.
That's right. Yeah.
So yes, he dies.
All right, I'm gonna hold him, and then
That was a memorable moment.
scream.
And he's dead.
And he did.
No, he falls asleep.
Right.
And heady.
Gently lay him back down on the pillow and put the oxygen mask back on his
Okay. He seems to
mouth.
breathe slightly less raggedly.
I go back out to the other room and address my two polite friends. And,
As you start
How is
dressing,
he?
I come out going, so it was like 2 a.m., wasn't it?
so
How's he doing?
he reckons he's not long for this planet.
I didn't say that, but...
So the doctor's been saying that for 2 months now.
True, but he's organized for there's a service shaft, apparently, going up from the bottom of the block to the top. And it's behind the food court wall. But it's protected by an electromagnetic field that he's going to
Is that near Harry's Pies?
organize a power cut at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it is.
across the entire block.
He's organized.
That's what he's telling me.
I like Harry's
How's
He
he
waited
organized
till I
that?
was 46 to tell me. But,
How has he organized that from his bed?
well, he was part of the building team, and he's got, there have been a whole pile of people coming in of his room, people he wanted there, people he didn't want there, people who shouldn't have been there.
Andy always was a
Thing.
tough as nails kind of guy. He
Yeah.
didn't build this whole area.
So, apparently, there's going to be a power cut at 2 o'clock. If we're in the food
in the
court,
morning.
there'll be access.
Completely ignored.
Oh, I'm used to this. I'm not very good at taking social cues. I'm going to put that out there.
What is
So how
your,
come
there is
it
a
is-
stat for that, isn't there? Empathy. What is your empathy, Nathan?
Hey,
8? That's
Your
really
empathy
high.
is way
I know.
high.
You-
You should. You're
Yeah.
very
let
I
me,
think
let, me,
you-
let me put it this way.
I think
Also, my
she chooses when to use it.
Intelligence?
my intelligence. Can I be honest? The only thing that I really lack is size and strength.
Size
I
and
am.
strength.
You're very
Small.
sensitive, smart.
Yep. But
Oh.
What's your self-control score?
yeah, 6. So I'm not very self-controlled.
Right.
Slightly above average.
It's above average.
Thank you.
Right, so we need to find out where the shaft is. All we know is it's the food court, but we don't know where. And then we need a way from
the
the food
back
court
wall of the
through
food
the wall
court.
of the food court.
I would
into
say
the shaft.
the food court, like
Did you
Can
say
I
there
pull
was
up-
an access?
Can I pull up a
hatch
map
or
on
something?
like a
yeah, maybe
Mars pad?
we could
Just
get
be
some like blueprints of the.
That's a good idea. Is someone able
mean,
to
we've got
hack into something or
Contacts or anything in that area? I mean, we do shakedowns and things like that,
Yeah, right.
and we
do.
that's what our gang does is we provide protection racket for this level. Do we have any contacts in that area
Yeah.
that we can speak to
Yep, I've got
maintenance?
I've got
Absolutely.
Streetwise graft. I'm sure I can find it.
Yeah, roll me a streetwise.
Streetwise.
So, can you explain how skills work in this?
So skills are a percentage-based system. You have your base skill here, and then there are modifiers on top of that might affect it.
Okay.
It might. You need to roll under your skill in order to succeed, and a skill of 1 is an automatic success, and a 100 is a automatic failure.
Is a mishap.
Is a mishap, is an actual bad thing. The other aspect about the skills is they've chosen to add 20% if you do something, if you spend a lot of time doing something, if you're not hurried. You can't use that in combat or in a opposed skill check.
Okay.
Alright.
So
So
I've
should we
got
all make some kind of
Streetwise.
Streetwise
I've got Streetwise
roll?
of 60. That and really looks to be the only. Oh, I've got Recon as well.
Recon might work as well.
Okay, that gives me a combined
Give me a-
skill of 110.
No, you just have to roll one. You
One
can
of them.
add them together.
Streetwise or Recon? My choice.
Yeah, your choice.
So where does it say
I'll-
streetwise on your character
Under
sheet?
graft.
Oh, I see. It's got
You
it's
haven't
got
any
sections on it.
graft.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, okay, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Can I also make a streetwise
Sure.
roll? My
I
streetwise
make
is
it by
like-
1. I roll a 59.
Wow.
Luckily, I chose Streetwise.
And you roll 100.
I rolled 100!
Oh! Wow! Let's go to the mishap table.
Hey!
So,
Mishap table, yay!
I don't think there's no mishap table for skill checks. There is for like
Aw.
combat and stuff like that.
Oh.
But
Why?
what bad thing can happen to you?
For a streetwise check.
Yeah, you
Who
could
did
get
you just
into all
offend asking
sorts
for a
of
blue?
trouble.
Yeah.
Did
I
we go to the
asked
wrong?
the wrong person.
Which food court did we go to?
So,
It's not like that, is it?
so you stroll into the conversation and you say, "I need a map of the."
We so didn't fudge that roll just to actually explore the mechanic. Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah,
that was
no.
brilliant.
I had a 1 in 100 chance of doing
You
it.
did.
So you stroll into one of your contacts and say, "I need a map of the level," and he says, "What do you need it for?" And he says, "Because the power's going." You say, "Because the power's going out at 2 a.m. and we want to try and find a way out of this level because we want to get out."
And you're like, oops, Freudian slip.
And he
Dude,
looks at you
why do we
and
let these
kinda-
people hang out with us?
That's totally what we're doing.
and the blood
What the hell?
the blood drains out of his face and he says, "You're escaping?" And at that point you kind of realise what you said and you try to take it back, but it's already out.
What did
Hey,
you
hey,
say?
You're not with us though, is that right?
Pardon?
You're not with us when this
No.
happens. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We just
So-
get that sixth sense.
Yeah, that
something
tingling.
dodgy just happened. Something really bad.
So Murray,
Can I say I have that every time I play with you guys?
And yet you invite us into your house week after week after week.
Wow.
so
Wow.
I make mine. By
you make
one.
yours.
Yes.
So it takes a fair bit of convincing, but you talk to this guy. You talk this guy into giving you a basic blueprint of the level, and you look at the level and you find the food court. I mean, these things are. It's almost the size
Massive,
of
yeah.
a suburb. You know, this
Yep.
this level. You find the food court that your father talks about, and there is a sort of a structural pylon in one of the areas, but it's according to the map, it's a solid load-bearing beam.
Yep. It's like the survey maps in Britain where they mark secret military structures with a blank white space.
Right,
It's like
right.
they're on all the maps. They're marked with a blank white space.
Yeah,
Oh,
like Area 42.
Why did you just tell everybody on YouTube?
Because it's common.
Right, now they all know.
Quick
all
question.
I
three
feel
of
like
them.
I feel like I just rolled 100.
There's no way we're going to be able to edit this now.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is it near Harry's Pies?
No, it is near Marsdog.
So
Harry's Pies got taken over by Mars Dog.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I haven't seen
In the
I
great fast food wars of the 20th century.
Can I say I watched that movie the other night?
So did I.
Yeah.
Demolition Man. For those of you who don't know. what
Jake
we're talking
didn't know. Jake's never watched it.
Ah.
When he came up and he
I
was
don't
just
know who
like
Jake is.
Jake from Humble Stage, and
Okay.
he was and he's never watched it. And I just said this is the most amazing movie ever. And then we watched it, and he's like, oh my god, Taco Bell.
I'm gonna get some equipment from whatever the Mars Electronics shop is
Yep.
for getting out of the space. So I'm gonna get some changes of clothing for all of us that would upgrade us.
about. Okay.
And,
So you don't look
so
as...
that we look like a little bit more refined.
Yep.
And I'll also get any. I don't know if I know that you have more refined clothing.
Oh no, I always look good.
Okay, so then I'll
She
get it
does,
for
yeah.
us, and I'll also get some cutting gear, climbing gear,
Okay.
and things like of that nature, so that we can get into and cut through a hole in anything we need to, lights and stuff like that too. If we need to go through dark access points.
Okay,
and
lights,
rope-
50
ropes,
foot rope,
rope.
10 foot pole.
Different poles.
Yeah, and maybe even some food.
Pitons.
Okay.
Yeah, climbing gear and cutting. What do they call it? Oxy cutters.
Oxy
Yeah.
welders.
Oxy-
Yep.
Oxy
Oxy
welders.
Is this
it oxy
a,
welder? Yeah, cool. Okay.
Is this a one-way journey? Like if we go,
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the whole
Up the
point.
shaft.
We're not coming back down to this level
we
again.
just find a new place to live on that new level wherever
Yeah.
we get to.
Yeah, we start a new game.
And you,
Unless,
Well, yes.
unless,
Once you're located in the new level, you could get your kids up there though.
Okay.
fairly
unless we make it a,
Wait, you have kids? No.
Yeah.
unless we make it
Really?
a two-way street.
I've known you for 10 years.
How about this? We could then like pull people up for large sums of money.
We can start a racket.
Yeah.
Smuggling people.
Up the
Not
tunnel.
smuggling. No, we're not people
we're
smugglers.
we're facilitators.
We're
alright?
freedom enhancers. We're freedom facilitators.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
What do they call it? The train, underground railway?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
underground railway.
yeah.
That's it. That's right.
Depends on who writes the history books.
We're taking them up to freedom.
exactly.
Oh my god, I feel really sick right now. I don't want to keep going down this path. Okay,
No,
let's just
not
yeah.
down.
So that's what I'm doing while you guys are trying to search for the blueprints, and
Yep.
Johnny's doing a great job.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've
Brilliant.
found a lot
Um,
of really good information.
Can I go get some information as well?
Sure.
From my family?
Your
Do we need to block
that
our ears
family.
while you have
Yeah.
the conversation?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with your family?
Hello.
I don't know. I would say good because I'm happy-go-lucky and
I want to succeed at my roles.
no, my character is generally just like because she is incredibly attractive, has incredibly high charisma and incredibly high like she's just a people pleaser. I can
Right.
imagine.
Amazingly, at deathbeds,
She's a people.
those things don't work.
I got none of this from any of your conversations so far, and any of this yet.
Look,
She's a people pleaser.
She hasn't pleased anyone so far.
All right.
What?
Go.
Well, I think-
who are you talking to?
In her
You're
mind, she
talking
might have been
to.
trying to.
I would like to speak to my dad
Okay.
if he's available.
Sure.
Hello, Daddy.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's an automatic
I can't
fail.
even get it now.
Oh.
No, I'm using your dice.
You can use my dice, but it's an automatic fail.
All right.
No, roll. I want to see this.
Okay.
Did I say you could
Just a
touch-
little bit quicker.
I'm just
Nathan.
trying to find the freak. It doesn't put the dice together. There we go.
Oh wow!
2.
I just
Two.
got blamed for not putting my own
You got
dice.
blamed. Boom, Blake. Dice
least-
blaming.
At least I didn't
got
throw
dice.
them off the table.
I got
Yeah.
dice
No,
shame.
he rolls a 2, and he gets no thanks to you for letting him to roll a 2. Just you didn't put your dice
welcome.
together.
I'm really good at people pleasing.
So he says, Andrea, come in.
I'm like, hi, Dad. How's it going?
Oh, very good, darling.
I'm gonna bring his favorite food, which will be the hot dog,
Soy toast.
whatever it is.
Mars
So-
dog. Mars dog.
Mars dog.
The Mars dog.
'Cause I
Oh,
heard
you
about-
bring me Mars dog. I love the Mars dog.
And it's the extra long, foot long one.
Oh,
yeah, the big one.
this
Yeah.
is- that's
The
what
big
she
boy.
With
said.
the extra
A
with
foot long Mars
This is why Mum left you.
Come in, darling. I am just doing some tax fraud.
I'm just like, oh, do you know what? I'm like, oh.
with your father, isn't it?
I look over, I'm like, you missed the number there.
Oh dear!
Add an extra 0, that's more money for the fam.
I love these jokes we have.
Yeah.
Please come and sit on. No, don't sit on Daddy's knee.
Oh!
You're too
Short.
Short.
Oh, my.
How is the latest round of cosmetic surgery going?
I go along and I go, and I just like,
It's like,
you don't know what it is. I'm like,
yeah, right.
like,
Right. Oh, very nice.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice.
And so yeah, I'm just gonna be like, so I've got this thing I'm thinking about doing, and I just might need a bit of help from some of your friends. Like I don't know, it's like 2. So I know it's 2 a.m. and it's in the food court, and
yes.
So we found like a thing that might happen, and I'm just gonna keep going on and like just these very blasé like roundabout
So the
ways.
power goes
and
off at
not,
2
like-
a.m. I see. I see. Excellent.
Interesting.
But I just don't want to make sure we get hurt or anything. So if we could have some like some people around just to make sure that we're like safe and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, darling. Any other time I would be happy to help you, but right now we're a little bit of...
I'm gonna do this one. But Dad,
Look, you can borrow the baby. And he reaches down and pulls out a massive handgun and says, you can take care of the baby will make you happy.
Don't wake the baby.
I go like this. I go along and I just put it up and just like attach it to my leg, and it's just like it's kind of like I've got this like
Now you've got a limp.
spot. It's just like that's where the baby goes, because I've probably stolen this every time I've gone out as a teenager. But,
Probably, yes.
And I just go mwah, 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 and just like leave. I might even just go along and just get my weekly allowance.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Just get like maybe can I get something like can I go out and get some special stuff? Like I wanted to get something like to make sure I look really good for the.
Oh.
Can I get like an extra few weeks just to?
It is so important for me to make sure that you are looking your best, darling. So, yes, you may have 4 weeks allowance. And that and you see him go
Yeah.
and make another adjustment to his tax return.
I go mwah, mwah.
Mwah, darling. Bye-bye.
I go along and take a little bit of a bite of the hot dog, because that's what I used to do when I was a kid with him.
Ooh.
It was like a bit of a thing that he'd have like it was just sharing moment.
Okay.
Very 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 very
Okay.
wholesome. And then
Very wholesome.
I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be like I'm gonna go up to one of the bodyguards and say, oh, so Daddy said that you're gonna come to me. You're gonna come and help us at 2 a.m. on.
Duh.
Yeah. So do I meet you here, or are you gonna come to my house?
I'll meet you at
I'll see you then. Bye.
Dos
I just walk.
Vidania. All right. Anybody else want to do anything before the food court?
I don't think I should do anything.
Well, so far we haven't really worked out where it is. So,
Oh, I've got the blueprint.
oh, you do have the blueprint. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so we know where to go. It's the load-bearing pylon.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I have gear to get in through the pylon.
That's a little scary. The load-bearing pylon might not be load-bearing.
And then,
Alright.
yeah,
We're going to cut the load-bearing pylon to a 500-story building.
what could go wrong?
Nothing.
Who's
Okay.
looking after you? I'm going to do a Russian accent. Who's looking after your babies?
That's a good question.
That's quite the question.
Well, they're not babies. The oldest is 15. I think they'll look after themselves.
I've been working for 7 years now.
Going down pit.
Going down there.
Luxury. Well, I was 4.
All right. Do you head to the...
I think we wait till later and then head. How long's the trip going to take us to get there?
Oh, it'll probably take you about 20 minutes of walking.
Oh, I think we'll head off there at about 1 a.m. probably then.
I'm going to come in the most like awesome black gear.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be like real like body type, but like real shiny, but like non-reflective.
Like matte.
Non-reflective
Yeah.
shine.
No.
So we all meet up.
Yep.
So we all got Everything we need.
You've
I've got spare clothing. I've got extra food in case anything goes wrong down there. I've got lights. I've got climbing gear. Everyone got anything? Everyone got anything they want to report?
I got protection. And I point over, and there's
Anyone
like two
got
guys
anything?
out there.
Oh, really? Wait, you've told people about this?
No.
No, I don't think any one of us would tell anyone about
That'd
it.
be the
Of
stupidest
course not.
thing. That would be
I like it that everyone else is like,
I can't stress how stupid that would be. It's the stupidest thing ever.
I haven't spoken to anyone about anything at all.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
I thought you
Why
were
would you say something like that? That's a weird thing to say. That's weird. You're weird.
Weird.
all,
Weird.
Say.
all right. So you are sitting together at the food court, keeping a watchful eye on the few people scattered about.
Nonchalant.
can I say?
Golden gear.
Can I got one of the hot dogs.
And a giant,
You've got one of them.
a giant blueprint. That one.
With that, we've chalked out the hole that we're
Not
going to
suspicious.
We got
looking at
the
all.
orange spray can.
Yeah.
Yep. Are we using?
All right, I need to finish my box text,
Oh,
please.
sorry.
You are sitting together at the food court, keeping a watchful eye on the few people scattered about. The smells of food from the Mars Dog stand are mouth-watering. The two staff behind the counter are familiar to you. Earl, the franchisee, mans the register, and Bobby, the young cook, is busily unpacking the crates of processed foodstuffs from the latest delivery. Some of the boxes he is unpacking seem to have a chemical hazard labels on them. Maybe it's best not to think too hard about what's in a Mars Dog.
Can I ask a question? Is it saying 24-hour time? Or is it like Mars time, which is, I don't know.
Yeah, which is a shorter day.
Oh, we didn't take that into
Longer day.
consideration.
Longer day.
Oh, no.
I don't think Mars spins very well. Anyway.
Let's fact check ourselves.
I was just wondering,
No,
if, like,
too,
a
too
day
late. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it.
So,
I can do both.
You
so
can.
what would you like to prep? How would you like to prep?
What are we cutting the thing with?
Oxyacetylene torch.
Yeah.
Can I go distract the cook and the guy?
Yeah.
And just go talk to him about, like, oh, Dad loved your hot dog. He's
Roll me an attractiveness.
Can I roll? Okay.
So you roll a d10. When you're rolling a stat, you just roll a d10 and you need to roll under your score.
I rolled my score.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
They are chatting to you, but they don't seem to be fully interested.
And then I'm going to go along and point to these two guys that are outside who are clearly thinking, I'm like, and they love it too. And they'll have to come over. They might be able to tell you how good it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we certainly, you know, love your father and your.
No,
you
but
know,
he
the
loves
service.
you. And just like, just
You're
keep,
just turning it on.
yeah, just absolutely turning it on.
Okay,
No,
cool.
the length of day on Mars is 37 minutes longer than on Earth. So
Okay.
one
Well, that's not-
day and
Wow.
0 hours and 37 minutes. There you go.
Fair enough.
Boom.
Can you roll me a perception or a... What do we have in the way of...
Looking at things.
Looking.
Could be
There
one of
was something
these.
I saw somewhere. Recon?
Persuade and manipulate. Recon. Roll me a recon.
All of us?
Yeah.
My recon's not
No,
great.
just Nathan.
No, just Nathan.
89. Nope.
You.
No. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm making sure that there are no other pylons that it could be.
So you're...
How are you doing that?
reading the
All right, I think you're like knocking on them.
Like
or
a
something.
giant newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, just blueprints.
What are you doing?
So-
Appreciates that one.
You're making it really noticeable.
Looks just like a newspaper.
It doesn't look anything like a newspaper.
One of those blue newspapers. You've seen those, surely.
What are you talking about? Everything's digital.
including the blueprints. Or at least they should be, until you printed
Well,
them
these
out.
are old ones.
There's nothing literally holding a tablet.
My daddy made these blueprints.
Have you,
I was
have
thinking
you got any-
those big, lovely roll-out ones.
Have you got any skills
Wonderful,
in science or engineering? Have you got any skills in science or engineering?
Oh, there would be.
And there's a dragon.
None.
And there's a...
Academic skills. Oh, there is nothing.
There is nothing.
Okay.
Which plays into exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm a knife fighty, intimidating guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Happy to roll, which is education times 2. Sorry, education times 5.
So who?
My basic education.
Yep.
Skill set?
So EDU
Okay, yeah, roll
is
that.
5, 25. So I'm under 25. Yeah?
Johnny, is that your skill set at all?
What?
Like navigating, kind of.
Oh, missed by 3.
28.
I've got
Missed by 3.
basic computer operation.
I have
That's like
none
Microsoft. That's
of
like
those.
Word and Excel. And
I
stuff,
think
right?
so, yeah.
So none of us
Probably-
have
Yeah,
academic.
probably
Alright,
socials.
I'll roll a
Facebook,
basic
Instagram.
computer operation.
We're on
And I
level
failed.
201. Well, we are at the moment anyway. So like,
That's
240
hilarious.
Anyway,
I don't min-max my
I am.
characters.
I'm sort of. I'll wander off, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sort of patrol around this part of the food court and
Okay.
see who's around and if anyone's looking problematic.
Yeah, okay.
There's two guys in suits eating hot dogs that probably look out of place.
I'm going to do a similar thing too. I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Both roll me a relative skill that might be appropriate to that.
Recon.
Yeah, recon. I
Recon?
guess. I missed
36.
it by 1.
13. So yeah, I succeeded.
Yeah, so, okay, so you both discover that on either side of the hot dog stand, there's a small curve part to the wall, and then it becomes flat. So it looks like the wall goes like this, and then there's a curve behind the hot dog stand that goes around.
And it looks out of place.
It's a bit odd. It looks like the hot dog stand has kind of been jammed onto this, but you can still see a little lip where that curve was.
This was a god to you.
Yeah, it's kind of curved.
And
Is it on the
you're sort of
blueprint?
you're
Yep.
sort of looking at the blueprint, and you realise that hot dog stand may have been placed there to sort of disguise that curve.
Is that where the shaft? We think the shaft is.
Can I just say, I don't want to say Carrie, but John, can you please just fix this for us?
Yeah, I'm squinting at the thing going,
Okay.
and you're like,
Pinch and zoom.
Just as you're debating whether to risk a Mars dog or not, a shrill voice rings out across the food court, calling your attention to 4 people who've just entered. Trudeau, the leader of the gang of local thugs, has walked in with his cronies, and they are calling to you. Obviously, the run-ins you have had with Trudeau's gang, the 47 Kings, have upset the big man, and he has come to settle his account.
Once president of Canada, now leader of the gang on Mars.
yeah, how things have come down for you.
Wow.
Yeah, you're on level 247, Trudeau. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
True
He says, Annie, I hear you've been running your mouth off.
Oh, me.
Yes, you're Annie, aren't you?
You are the same name. He's Annie. She's Annie. They're all Annie.
Can I say, I love that you're
Well, I'm
like,
talking to you, Annie.
I like that you look
True,
like,
What have I done wrong now?
What's having a do?
What's happening at
Yeah.
2 a.m.?
Nothing's happening. We're
That's
just,
not what you told the...
Wait, what? What did you say?
we're just hanging out, having hot dogs.
That's not what you told the guy at the blueprint shop.
The blueprint shop. They sell blueprints.
Andrew,
All of a sudden, my accent has changed as well.
I love that you're like, you went to like, I'm going to think of a really clever shop name.
The blueprint shop.
Andrew's
Carpet.
blueprint shop. I've got to get off this level because too many people are called Andy, Annie, Andre, Andrea.
Mr. Blueprint.
I don't know what he's been making up, but I didn't say
Other
nothing
than
about
blueprint.
Can I make a recon roll to see if he's lying?
So nothing would happen if we chased you guys out of here before 2 a.m. Is that right?
Well, you can
Actually, yeah, that is right.
Okay, off you go.
No, we're here for hot dogs.
You're not getting hot dogs tonight.
You can try and make us move.
This is our turn.
Hey, Earl, shut down the shop. And Earl goes,
I go like this. I go, oh.
he goes,
Who's he more scared of? His cronies or us?
we have an opposed... Okay, so let's do an opposed
Ooh.
skill check. Where's Trudeau's stats? Okay, here we go. So he's got a persuade and a manipulation of 40%. So you want to...
Persuade, that is under...
What are we? How do we?
You take his 40 off whatever you're going to try and roll.
What am I trying to roll? Persuade and manipulation as well.
Where's persuade and manipulation?
It's a social skill.
Okay, cool.
One of
You
the
may
ones at
not
the
have
top.
that.
I've got 40.
Oh no, there. Yeah.
That means
I don't know.
So
cannot
40
succeed.
against 40 is equal.
Yeah.
No,
You can
but I
combine
cannot
that. You can
succeed.
roll other things.
So if we have nothing in it, we literally have no ability to do this skill.
No, I
is
think
that
it's
right?
your base roll.
You do have a base.
So is that what is up here?
Yeah, so
That's your SS.
Yeah, so
SS.
ASB, that's your base.
So if my SSB is 6, is it then 60?
No,
Or is it
no,
six.
6? So okay.
that's my thinking at the moment. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I've got 40 and you've got 40, so it's just we just roll
Should we just roll and see
And
who
see
wins
roll
and who
five.
loses?
74.
5. Earl shuts the shop. Do you want to do anything to Earl before he shutters the master?
The what's the handle he's
Yeah.
pulling?
Yeah.
If I'm to pull my Bowie knife out and throw it to stop it from pulling down,
So it goes
Oh.
in the thing and it
Basically
stops it from
jams
going
it.
down.
Okay, wait. There's
Yes.
locational targeting. Hang on.
or Earl, I don't
No,
know.
you're not
Yeah, you throw it like this
Yeah.
behind
Yeah,
your back to look
I'm
cool,
just gonna-
and it just goes straight into Earl's neck, and he's just like,
A or B does the job for me.
Well,
A or B does the job.
Poetry.
Armor ablation.
Well, I gotta
for-
have some kind of personality when I go up floors, don't I? I can be a poet, can I?
can I say, all said,
Like
all
these
said in front
knife
of the front.
scars all over me. I'll be a poet. I'll be what are those paper cuts?
Wow.
You want to fight?
They're all poets up there
Poetry.
on level 202.
42.
Okay, I can't find the locational firing at a particular body part.
He's not aiming for a body part. He's aiming for the door.
He's
Oh,
aiming
you're
for
trying
the.
to shoot the...
No, for the where this lever's coming down, I'm going to stop it from coming down.
Isn't it?
Oh, okay. It's one of those grills. He's pulling down one of those
Oh,
grills.
yeah,
that's
so
in
So what I'm
the-
trying to do is basically pin it so that when
Yep.
he tries to pull it down, it's not going to come
Cool.
down.
All right. Yeah. Roll an attack.
Just a melee.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's my jam.
That's your thing.
I think it's a projectile.
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I
Yes.
see
Yeah,
it
that's
a lot.
never going down.
I think it's counted as a projectile. Would it be
Yeah.
a projectile weapon normally? You would have succeeded anyway.
And anything, yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Can I say it went like this? It went into it, picked the lock, and then pushed it in. So you've got it fully unlocked from now on
Yeah,
and forever.
Yeah. So it's jammed through the grill and up into the casing behind it. So yes, it's fully stuck.
It goes through the thing and just hear this because it falls down this empty pylon.
Oh, I don't think Annie's going anywhere. We're gonna have a hot dog.
Gonna make him watch.
Yeah, we're all eating footlongs here, Trudeau.
I'm actually allergic.
Slowly.
Trudeau says, "Light 'em up, boys!" and pulls out his gun.
I pull out baby.
I got to pull out my knife.
pull out my gun.
Damn it!
Oh no, my one weapon.
No, I've got.
Do you want to find baby? Because there's an equipment section in here that is
yeah.
miles long and it's really cool.
I don't think looking under baby will work, will it?
No, it won't.
Looking
But
at the handgun.
the equipment section is blue. If you flick
Go to
through,
the
Oh my
blue
goodness,
section.
it's huge.
it is enormous.
half the book.
So it's not only got all of the equipment, like the guns and the stuff that you can buy. It's got all the body armor. It's got all the cybernetics, all of that sort of stuff
And all
in
the
there.
vehicles
So
and stuff.
and the vehicles, yeah. So it's pretty comprehensive.
I'm gonna find the biggest, coolest gun ever.
But it's still got
How
a
long have we
handgun.
been playing for? Is it good time for a break before we launch into this combat?
Yeah, but I just want to find baby.
All right, find
No, I
baby.
don't. I will find.
can
I can
find
find
baby
baby in the
offline.
break.
Find baby in the break. We will be back after this. See you soon.
See ya.
Oh.
Bye.